So there's been a couple times more recently where I've noticed that the Holy Spirit's been holding me back where there's some things that I want to say. And one time it was, I literally heard him like, don't say a word, and I was like, because I had some things to say, you know what I mean? And this is like recently. Then after that, there was another time where I had some words at the tip of my tongue, and I just felt like this tug. Now, the tug reminds me really of that dog that's on the choker. You know, he's on the lead with the choker, and if he's trained on it, you just give him a little tug, and he comes into yield, right? But understand how the Holy Spirit works, because it was like that. I felt the tug, and I'm like, okay. But he didn't do a jerk again. He wasn't holding me like I'm a pit bull, just, no, he's not going to do that. He gives you the tug to give you the, okay, but he releases. He lets go of the lead at that point in time, because why? Because he respects our free will. Not because he's saying go ahead and do what you want. No, he's respecting your free will. So if you don't respond to that light tug, and you go running off, and you're this little yipper ankle biter, you're going to get kicked, right? There's going to be a consequence that comes from it. If you're, say, a Rottweiler, you know, you're going to have a whole path of destruction that comes from it, and guess what? That's going to lead to, you know, you go to the dog pound jail, or you get euthanized. Now, I know we don't have capital punishment here in Michigan, but there's a lot of people that are legally carrying guns. So, you know, you got to be careful. You don't run your mouth. It's going to come to something like this. This reminds me of, this was about 7 years ago. We used to take the kids to school, and I had a route I would go in this deep country to get them there from where we lived at. And every morning when I would go, I would see this man walking his dog. And this dog was not on a leash. He was not on any kind of restraint whatsoever. And he'd come around the corner. You'd see him. It was like clockwork. They had a routine. As soon as you'd come around the corner, the man would stop. The dog would stop. The dog would go into a sit, and he would look directly up at his master. And you'd go around him. And as soon as you get past him, they'd start walking again. And I thought, this is amazing. I had to tell him that. This was amazing. The amount of focus that dog had on his master. He wasn't distracted by a squirrel, a cat, a rabbit, trying to chase the car down, or anything like that. No, he was focused on his master. And so I bring that to your attention because when I talk about the light tug, this is where we want to be at, is in this place we want to be in tune with the Spirit, so that when there is that light tug, or when he says, don't say a word, that you yield, you stop when he stops, and you look to him, and you're not distracted by the other things going on. It's almost in line with what I wanted to share with the kids, believe it or not. So this is a place where we want to be at, is we want to be in sync with God. We want to have our sole focus be on Him at all times. He won't lead us wrong. We won't walk into, a meeting that way. We won't end up in the dog pound or anything like that,